I started down when I was 20 years old, moving down to Florida with 2 suitcases to look for going into the automotive business. And I wanted to do a car stereo business. And I saw that I wasn't getting the respect from landlords. They didn't want to rent to me. They didn't want to, work with me because they felt it wasn't like a real business. Like car stereos and aftermarket, we don't know. And then I went to the bank and I said, let me see if I can get a loan. I had some money, but I needed to really fund this business. And the bank was like, no, we don't really have any loans. I'm like, yeah, but I was successful when I was in New York. I came down here to open up a business. I know what I'm doing. And I have a good downstroke of money. And they just didn't have we don't have a loan program for that. So after being down in Florida for a few months, I said, I better really learn this business down in the area. How do I know the vendors? How do I know, good installers? How do I get staff? So I figured, let me go work for another company. And at the time, I worked for one of the bigger companies, and I got a job working for them, and I got to really know the staff and their system and the way they worked. It was an independent, but a bigger company. And after being down here for several months, learning that and trying to figure it all out, I ran into 2 cousins of mine. They're brothers. One was a year older, one was a year younger than me. And they said, I said to them, so what are you doing now? What you guys up to? And they said, well, we bought a franchise in New Jersey, and it's really working out well for us. I said, franchising? What made you buy a franchise? They said, well, it was a really good system that would allow us to be able to go into business. And now we're running the franchise for about a year now, and already we're looking to open up our second store. So the 2 of them wanted to run each one, but they were partners. And they just bought new houses and cars. And I was intrigued that they really did so well so quickly. So they gave me the contact to the franchise representative, and I contacted them. And then they sent me a qualification form, which I filled out. And it took a couple of weeks, but I went back home, I was working, and I got notified that I was approved if I wanted to move forward. So then I went back to the same brokers that was leasing properties out, and I told them I'm with a franchise, and I just got approved, and I'm looking to open up a business. Oh, franchise. We love franchises. We'll give you an end cap in the building. We'll build out the suite for you. We'll give you a long lease. I said, but why would you let me do it with a franchise, but you wouldn't let me do it myself? They said, well, we really like a prestigious national name. We want to really support that, and we're looking for really good brands to fill up all different brands in the centers. So that made me think. And then I went to the bank, and I spoke to the same person at the bank. And I said, I got approved for this franchise, and I whipped out the approval letter, and I showed her. And she said, wow, we have a special SBA loan program for that. I said, really? I said, but why wouldn't you lend me before? I said, well, we go with proven business models, and this is one that's approved by the SBA, so we're able to, fund this deal. I said, great. So for me, it was like I had so much support before I even actually joined the franchise that I felt that this is something that I could run with. If there's other things behind, what else do I know that can help me grow faster? So I leveraged the platform of a franchise to build my own personal wealth and my own goals and careers. Now that I realized that there was some value in this before even joining a franchise, I said, wow, I can get the landlords to deal with me, the banks to deal with me. I started talking to employees at the place that I worked at, and they were like, oh, I'd love to work with that franchise. I like a good company like that. I saw that there was this attraction to the franchise brand. So from that point, I opened up my first store. A year later, I did so well, I started opening up my second store. About 2 or 3 years later, I opened up my third store. I did so well, and it was like right out of the park. I hit it every time. So I found my stride with using their system. I wound up doing this through 8 franchise locations. And I got to a point that I decided, I could probably do this and help other people do what I'm doing. So I decided, I wanted to go back into what I came down to Florida for. I came down to open up a car stereo accessory shop. And that's when I decided I wanted to do my own franchise. It was different, it was unique, and I felt it was a fun model. So I actually started to develop the franchise system of Tint World. And in 2007, I launched franchise for Tint World. And then from that point, we just started scaling a few a year. Every year, we sold 3 more, 5 more, 10 more, 12 more, and here we are today with over 60 locations in 4 different countries and really getting ready to scale and grow. And I'm so excited to help other people open up these businesses. And so the idea is what excites me most about Tint World is that initially it was only opening my own business that was allowing me to grow within a franchise system that I appreciated. But now I get to help others open up a system that I created and my team supports. So I can watch new locations opening up for success over and over again every month. It's just it's an amazing experience to build a team, a tribe that all believes in the same brand and the same business system.